altered the course of nature, unleashed genetic power across continents. Now it is up to us to nurture what we have set free, to find hope within this chaos. Well, to help life find a way.
Welcome to the Dinosaur Integration Network, or DIN for short. Our organization brings groundbreaking, sustainable breeding programs to a global clientele of demanding site owners. We are taking paleo-curation into exciting new territory. Where previous pioneers exclusively synthesized female dinosaurs, we are also creating males. These animals aren't assets to us, but the beginning of a new evolution. And do keep an eye on the young dinosaurs. They can inherit more than just appearances. Every site must be a perfect balance of security and spectacle. Protecting our guests is crucial, but so is inspiring the next generation. With any project of this scale, not everything will go according to plan. As the park manager, you'll also need to assess emerging situations and get them under control. It won't be easy, but that's why we're hiring the best. DIN is here to make a difference. Now, I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but please...
Caution, gate opening.
This is your first and final warning. DIN must not continue.
Meet the Lokiceratops, one of the most spectacular horned dinosaurs you can add to your park. With its huge, colourful frill and curved horns, this recently discovered ceratopsian is guaranteed to be a guest favourite. Watch them show off. These social dinosaurs display fascinating territorial behaviours that guests love to observe. They thrive in small groups and can share space with other peaceful herbivores. Just provide plenty of room and vegetation. Powerful, distinct, unmissable. The Lokiceratops is a captivating headline attraction for any new park.
Welcome to DIN, the Dinosaur Integration Network. With access to the latest in technology, we are at the forefront of paleo-curation and are now synthesizing male dinosaurs, opening up all new opportunities into breeding and family observation. This is where your training starts. At DIN, we aim to create an environment where Mother Nature can run its course, encouraging dinosaur families to thrive through natural breeding. However, that's not to say that we don't sometimes step in. We've developed various nests suitable for land, aquatic, and flying species. When placing, it's important to consider the species you'll be breeding and any necessary requirements such as keeping the nest away from guests or other dinosaurs. Now, let's check the fertility of our chosen mother. Looks like she's ready. You'll need to line up a compatible male and find an available scientist. Through breeding programs, you will watch his traits pass down generations, surfacing in the offspring's color and behavior. You might even find certain traits disappear for a few generations, only to surface again. As with life, they find a way. You should now be well prepared to start breeding your dinosaurs, and be sure to watch the rest of our modules for further training on managing your park.
Meet the Utahraptor, one of the largest and most formidable dromaeosaurs available for your park. This agile predator is known for its powerful legs, sickle-shaped claws, and hunting intelligence, perfect for creating high-impact exhibits. Parental care is vital for Utahraptors. Adults and juveniles become unsettled when separated from each other. Keep them in small groups and offer secure, enriched enclosures with room to roam. These are high-maintenance predators with high guest appeal. Fast, fierce, ferocious. The Utahraptor brings energy, spectacle, and drama to any successful park.
Welcome back, park managers. In this module, we'll be exploring the unique dynamics that form within various dinosaur families, making sure you know what to look out for when introducing juveniles into an enclosure, and setting the foundation for them to thrive and expand. Dinosaur juveniles may sometimes have different needs to their parents, but as with any species, the child's needs are always the priority, and their welfare will impact on that of their parents. With both paleo and social needs to consider, you may have to alter your enclosures in order for the juveniles to settle in. Paleo needs cover environment and available food types, while social needs can be as specific as how many male dinosaurs are inside the territory. Paying attention to these needs will pay off, as a happy dinosaur means happy guests and increased park appeal. Plus, it will also benefit you later down the line when your thriving juveniles mature. So it's crucial to monitor your juveniles early on. You'll find that some dinosaurs like to stay close to their immediate family, whilst others follow more of a herd mentality, or even bold enough to follow any adult, no matter the species. I'm sure it won't be long before your enclosures are lively with dinosaurs and your parks are busy with guests. In the meantime, be sure to watch the rest of our modules for further training on managing your parks. Welcome back, park managers. In this module, we'll be focusing on sculpting those grand, visionary parks. You'll be molding the land and lakes to create the perfect environment for your dinosaurs and guests. Moving mountains is surprisingly easy with the tools available. Build upwards to add elevation to your park, or dig down to create impressive valleys and canyons with rocky cliffs or ramps to form gradual inclines. Then fill out your park with a wide variety of rocks and foliage. Swiftly cover large areas of enclosures and decorate the finer details. And it's not just the land to think about. Add shallow or deep water to form lakes and even waterfalls for your guests and dinosaurs to enjoy. With all these tools, you can create beautiful natural enclosures and spectacular sights within your parks. Be sure to watch the rest of our modules for further training on managing your parks.
Meet the Psittacosaurus, a small but fascinating herbivore from the Cretaceous period. These dinosaurs thrive in groups, making them a low-maintenance and visually appealing addition to any park. Using their distinctive parrot-like beaks, they actively dig for roots and plants, visually engaging guests with constant activity that brings their habitat to life. With eye-catching tail frills and a laid-back attitude, Psittacosaurus slot easily into mixed enclosures. Compact, social, and full of personality, the Psittacosaurus is the ideal attraction for your next park. Introducing the Patagotitan, one of the largest creatures to ever walk the Earth. This gentle giant boasts an incredibly long lifespan, making it a lasting presence in any park. Though slow to breed, the Patagotitan is a strong favorite among visiting guests, making every new arrival a rare and momentous event. Despite their size, Patagotitans are peaceful by nature, coexisting calmly with other herbivores. Massive, majestic, and built to endure, the Patagotitan is the ultimate titan for parks that think big. Welcome back, park managers. Today we'll be jumping straight into a park that's been running for a while. Looking around, it needs our attention. This park simply isn't making enough money, so we're going to need to bring in something big to up that appeal. And a quick, easy way to get more dinosaurs into your park is the marketplace. You won't have access to this at the start of your career, but the more parks you manage and clients you impress, you'll soon be able to access the marketplace to purchase dinosaurs. Now, let's see what species are available. First, we'll want an impressive flying reptile, and the size of the Quetzalcoatlus is certainly impressive. They're a bit expensive, but look at that park appeal. Another number you should probably pay attention to is the seller's rating. Dark Jurassic Anon. Doesn't sound too good to me, but they're rated over 50%, and this park is in dire need of some big attractions. It's a risk, but that is park management. And it's paid off. This is sure to head up our cash flow. Now, let's find something for our lagoon. The Mosasaurus, another crowd pleaser. And this time it's coming from a reputable source. Let's get them into our park. And finally, something for our land enclosure. We've spent a lot of our budget, so let's go for something a little smaller. This Gallimimus is cheap, probably because of the seller's rating, but we do have the perfect enclosure for them. That is not a Gallimimus. We wanted big attractions, but this enclosure was not built for a dinosaur that big. This is the risk you run when purchasing through the marketplace and trusting those less than reliable sellers. Right, we need to get this situation in hand. To get them out of our park, we'll need a response facility. Let's send our capture team over. They'll tranquilize the T-Rex so we can safely rewild them. Minus that little hiccup, I think we've managed to successfully turn this park around, and it now has 2 new headliners. It's not long now until you'll be taking on your own parks on October 21st. Good luck, park managers.
Hello park managers, and welcome to this exclusive first look at one of the new features coming to Jurassic World Evolution 3, the Cretaceous Cruise. I'm Sandy, a principal designer on the game, and in this demo I'm going to show you how to build this attraction through several enclosures, including the T-Rex. Hopefully everything goes to plan. Let's dive right in. I'm going to be building in our lovely Hawaii map. You can see we already have a lot going on here with a mix of enclosures. We've got some lagoons, aviaries and land enclosures, but also a number of new attractions. Floating in the background you may have noticed a hot air balloon. And over here we have our new dinosaur encounter where guests can pet your dinosaurs. These attractions are great, but what if you want something to go through an enclosure? Veterans of the game will be familiar with our gyrospheres, which will be making a return. However, the Cretaceous Cruise lets your guests view dinosaur families whilst cruising along rivers and water bodies, opening up all sorts of interesting ways to construct your enclosures with this attraction in mind. Like all our attractions, I'm going to need an entrance. We have our building already placed down. Jurassic World Evolution 3 now features modular building, meaning you can customize buildings like this to your heart's content. We have 3 enclosures we want this ride to pass through, so our guests get to see a wide variety of dinosaurs, including that T-Rex we mentioned. I've placed a couple of security cameras around. We should be safe if things get a little chaotic. Let's start adding a track. It's incredibly easy. Clicking here, I can simply lay down the route I want, adjusting the path to be curved or straight as needed. And while this is a great starting point, our new scenery pieces mean we can make these spaces even more interesting. Let's make the ride feel more dynamic by adding a rock arch. If we go into the scenery panel, we have a wide variety of rocks to choose from. Very easily, we're able to create something unique for our ride. And then I think we want another type of structure over the path. Over here, we have a structure we've turned into a blueprint. There we go, that looks great. Now we've reached the end of the enclosure, we need some more water in order to continue the ride. Let's place that down and add a track through this fence. In this new enclosure, you can see that we have these elevated areas of terrain that can act as natural barriers to keep dinosaurs separated. You no longer need to rely purely on fences to house your dinosaurs. I'm also moving into deep water now. Deep water is a new feature and a need for some of our dinosaurs. Certain species will be able to navigate through the water or swim. We can see in this enclosure we have some brachiosaurs. They're able to wade through deep water. On the banks of the river, you can also see foliage we've laid down to create a canopy around this area. Let's use one of the compound brushes to finish off a section over here. The scenery brushes make detailing your spaces super simple. We now have our ride complete. Let's open it and head down to guest level. There's multiple perspectives you can choose from when interacting with the kayak. You can observe from third person, first person, or even take control of the ride. In this perspective, you will take control, allowing you to move the kayak freely both along the track ride or outside it. From this vantage point, you can get up close to the dinosaurs. Let's take a look at our Parasaurolophus. In this enclosure, we have a number of males and females, each with their own unique colour and pattern, making the dimorphism quite apparent. Dinosaur traits will be able to pass down from generation to generation, with certain features being worth more to your overall park rating. Over here, we can see the juveniles as they play in their enclosure. They'll interact with each other as well as adults, so keep an eye out. As we head into the next enclosure, let's hop over to one of the guest kayaks and check out what they're able to see. Passing through the canopy, it's a great chance to call out just how good the new lighting and water in the game looks. It adds so much to the effect of this attraction. And finally, we make our way into the T-Rex enclosure. These guys can get a bit restless with boats travelling through, so you want to keep an eye, or preferably a security camera, on these sorts of enclosures. That about brings us to the end of our demo, and hopefully you can see just how creative and dynamic this new ride will be. There's so many ways to integrate it into your parks. I'm very excited to see what players will do with it when the game launches on October 21st.
We have detected a loss of power across the park. Please bear with us as we deal with the issue. Ladies and gentlemen, as a precautionary measure and for your safety, please proceed to your nearest shelter.
Welcome back, park managers. In this module, we'll be looking at the range and ease of customization available with your scenery and structures. This is where you'll really get to leave your mark. You'll have access to several exciting themes when building out your parks. Plus, we have tons of ready-to-go blueprints so you can get them up and running quickly and easily. But before we get into the building, you'll need to think about how your guests and staff will get around. There's plenty of paving to choose from to match any aesthetic. With thousands of versatile pieces available for you to build with, you can curate your guests' dinosaur experiences like never before. Take your time using our tools to carefully craft structures, building out your park exactly as you want. Remember those blueprints I mentioned? Well, you'll find there's even more you can access, shared by other park managers through our workshop. You can easily access the workshop without even needing to leave your park, making finding new creations much easier. Browse through a wide range of unique designs and build out your blueprint collection. And don't forget to upload your own. We're very excited to watch your parks develop and see just how far you'll push your designs. Be sure to watch the rest of our modules for further training on managing your parks.